On July 20, 1969, two men ventured into uncharted territory. Commander Neil Armstrong and Lunar Module pilot Buzz Aldrin stepped foot on the moon. After almost a decade of unrest, a decade of tragedy, a decade of uncertain outcomes, a decade of sacrifice, knowing that their lives and destiny would be shaped by this very choice, they faced the unknown. And changed the world. Almost a decade later, another man with greater vision for the future of humanity is on course to change history.
1900 years ago, Jesus said to us, "Go ye out into all the world and preach the gospel unto every creature." He does not have to say one more word. Those are our marching orders. We need no signs from heaven. We need no urging of the Spirit. We have a command that has never been rescinded. Every believer is commanded to go and witness for Jesus Christ. Those orders have never been rescinded. There's a little poem that says, "They will not seek, they must be sought. They will not learn, they must be taught. They will not come, they must be brought." Jesus said, "Go ye out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in." They're laying there within your reach. It is a mission field that the Spirit of God is saying to you, "Come and I will empower. Come and I will enable. Come and I will open the door." And you and I need to understand that the message is to all the world.
Waiting on you. They wanna change, but they need the truth. They tried the payments, they tried the booze. They tried the payments, but they still lose. They need an answer, looking for clues. They need an answer, they look to the news. The heart's beating faster, they don't see the use. God is the answer, so will you share the news? You've got to choose, are you ready to go? God only knows what's stopping you. They're calling you, are you ready to fly? We can run it tonight, God's calling you. God only knows the people you'll change. He only knows the number of faces. The people you reach, the people who say, "I don't need you," and go their own way. So how will you know if you never send? How will you know if you never lend? How would they know if you never win? Oh, how would they know? 'Cause only God knows. You've got to choose, are you ready to go? God only knows what's stopping you. They're calling you, are you ready to fly? We can run it tonight, God's calling you.
God only knows the people you'll change. He only knows when it is too late. You'll never know the souls at stake if you say tomorrow, but they need you today. God only knows.
has been said that the two most dangerous places in life are where you are and where you have been. In ministry, and for us as a people who have given our lives to the pursuit of a narrow vision, this statement is even more potent. On one hand, we have been some incredible places. God has allowed our fellowship, birthed in revival, sowed with reckless abandon, and watered by the supernatural, to literally touch the world. And we are in a good place. As we are gathered now, we are experiencing the blessing of God around the planet, seeing the stirrings of fresh revival and the opening of new doors. And that is precisely the danger. If we aren't careful, we can allow where we have been and where we are to be enough. If we allow our perception of our calling and our mission to be dictated by the highlight reels and success stories, our advancement is in question. In Mark chapter 1, we read about a great success story in Jesus' ministry, but it is his follow-up that catches our attention. At evening, when the sun had set, they brought to him all who were sick and those who were demon-possessed, and the whole city was gathered together at the door. Then he healed many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons, and he did not allow the demons to speak because they knew him. Now in the morning, having risen a long time before daylight, he went out and departed to a solitary place, and there he prayed. And Simon and those who were with him searched for him. When they found him, they said, "Everyone is looking for you." But he said to them, "Let us go into the next towns, that I may preach there also, because for this purpose I have come forth." The truth about this very dangerous place that we call here is that for many people, it is a place of either success, satisfaction, or surrender. In our text, this could be qualified as a ministry success. Lives were being changed, miracles were happening, and people were asking for Jesus. For men and women of God, there are seasons of life when we are experiencing what we've wanted from ministry. God is using our lives to make impact, and we get the sense that our lives matter where they are. For some of us, here is the place where we tally up our accomplishments and count our rewards. For others, here may not quite be the place we have dreamed of, but it's a place we can live with. We may not be experiencing all that we hoped we would, or maybe we're not tapping into the fullness of the vision that once kept us awake at night, but at least something is happening. Often, here is a place of acceptable comfort. We have managed to figure out the balance to make life work. We used to dream of full-time ministry, but we've worked out a survivable trade-off between work and ministry that isn't too difficult. Maybe we dreamed of church planting or embarking on a missionary endeavor, but we've worked our church and our personal finances into a place that is, if not what we dreamed of, at least easy to live with. And this is the greatest difficulty with here. For so many, here is a good place. God is moving, lives are being changed, and our ministry has legitimate worth and value. We are moving the kingdom forward, even if it's not like we had envisioned. So the real question of here is actually a very simple one. Is here enough? Or are you looking, like Jesus was, for the next city?
We would down bad since day one. Sinners living in sin couldn't do nothing cause they won. Always taking, never giving, living lower than the grave, huh? We tried with no commitment, couldn't change me, so I gave up. Jesus saved me, now I'm winning. I'm just telling you I'm set free, no more living for myself. Jesus gave me more than plenty, I'm not living for the wealth. I'ma die and go to heaven, since not worth going to hell. We can tell him about Jesus, world has nothing it can tell. I'ma tell him about Jesus till it's time to ring the bell. We can preach around the world, no more hiding in our shell. We can tell him on your block or in your school or on your cell, cause we got the key to life and sin has locked them in his jail.
When you called me, gave you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you. When you called me, gave you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you, yeah.
Blinded by materialistic thinking, sad cause it ain't no mystical dreaming realistic. Don't let it go blinking till it gets too late. When it stop breathing, hold up. Now don't sin is eating them inside out. Started thinking that silly your life don't need me. I'm telling you they don't seem free. They see freedom as knee deep in money, money and repeat. They need Jesus like we did him too. The answer is easy. Tell them how Jesus changed my life and I'm no longer thinking about the point to life. It ain't no mystery. I'm freely living for God, don't need me. Freely giving, not greedy. Surrender to your teaching. Testify while I'm preaching. We got this fight, don't stop now cause me and you got to meeting. They try but they can't block out the blood of Christ is what we need. Teachers say nothing but nonsense. Country in conflict. Explicit content got them kids wanting to be them convicts. But what matters is your soul and not your pockets, cause no one is good enough to save us. Only God is.
When you called me, gave you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you. When you called me, gave you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you, yeah. Won't stop, never drop out. Never leave, never walk out. I'll keep running till I run out. Get back up if I get knocked down. Won't stop, never drop out. Never leave, never walk out. I'll keep running till I run out. Get back up if I get knocked down. Won't stop, never drop out. Never leave, never walk out. I'll keep running till I run out. Get back up if I get knocked down. You call me, gave you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you when you call me. Give you my whole life. Give you my whole life. We are falling, but you died and paid the price. I'ma live for you, yeah.
Alive in the beginning, awakened from the start. It was always there, falling from the heavens, flowing from your heart. It was always there. Oh, the love of Jesus, boundless and free. Oh, the love of Jesus poured over me. How it's captured my soul. How sweet just to know. Oh, the love of Jesus is all I'll ever need. Faithful as the morning, constant till the end. You are always there. You lead me like a father and comfort like a friend. You are always there. Oh, the love of Jesus, boundless and free. Oh, the love of Jesus poured over me. How it's captured my soul. How sweet just to know. Oh, the love of Jesus is all
was blind, but now I see. I once was lost, but now I'm free. I once was falling down, God came down and put me on my feet. I live for you, the Holy King. I could go through hell and back again, and you'd be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. I could go through hell and back again, and you'd be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. Smoke life away like it's Newport. They told me the happy's a new Porsche. Yeah, the blue sport. The money is key, get a new store. But new becomes old and the rich poor. So God, you're the one that I live for. Yeah, I've been torn. It's only through you that I give more. I've been through some hell, but you guided me through. I live for myself, but I cried out to you. Yeah, it's been a few times that I messed up, you knew, but you still wanted me, and your grace isn't through. Jesus, you died to set my soul free. I'ma live for you with no regrets, cause my soul's clean. I could go through hell and back again, and you'd be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. And I could go through hell and back again, but you'll be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. No regrets tonight. I could go through hell and back again, and you'd be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. I could go through hell and back again, and you'd be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight. And I could go through hell and back again, but you'll be there still in the end. So take my heart and take my life, I give it all, no regrets tonight.
In our text, Jesus clarifies for the disciples and us the essence of what it means to be committed to the cause. When he saw the great things happening here, when Jesus heard that the crowds were gathering, when he was in the midst of another major ministry success, his focus was not on here, but on the next city. In verse 38, but he said to them, let us go into the next towns, that I may preach there also, because for this purpose I have come forth. The reality of the kingdom is that calling, by its very nature, is always a call to there. It is a call away from here. It's a call to a mission that is larger than we can see, or a call to a purpose that has not been satisfied by what we've experienced so far. The first lesson about there is about the timeline of calling. Think about the language that Jesus uses. In the midst of legitimate revival, Jesus urges his disciples forward to the next city, saying, for this purpose I have been sent. He does not say necessarily for that city he has been sent, nor does he say that he was not sent to the city that they were leaving. Jesus is actually saying something about the nature of calling, and he was saying that the nature of his calling was forward. His calling was never to reach a certain number of people or a specific geographical subset of humanity. Jesus' aim was to push the kingdom of heaven forward at every step. This is possibly one of the greatest truths about calling. While there are geographical realities, the calling is actually pointed forward more than it is pointing to a particular location. And we are never done with our calling. There should never be a point in the Christian life when we can say we are done advancing the kingdom. The heroes of our faith are notable, not simply for the checklist of places that they went, but for their spirit of conquest that persisted until they drew their last breath. The second lesson of our scripture is that no matter how great the success, there is always more. There is always a next city. For Jesus, this was a practical reality. He was eyeing the city over the horizon, knowing intimately how much they needed him and how little they knew. For us, we can say the same. How many cities are still completely untouched? How many untapped people groups or nations with only one or a handful of churches? We understand that reaching them is our calling as a fellowship, but that is meaningless unless we each embrace that as a personal calling. But the call to there is more than simply about changing address. It's about getting outside of what was comfortable and pursuing the radical edge of ministry. Jesus wasn't satisfied with the crowd that was gathered. He was pursuing the broken-hearted and the broken-bodied in the next town. For some, the pursuit of the supernatural element of ministry will be the great next city that God is calling them to. We are called to be lightning rods of God's power on the earth, engaging his supernatural ability for miracle healing, conversion, and the signs and wonders promised to his followers. But here is the great dilemma. It is always easier to remain in place, whether geographically, financially, or spiritually. God is moving, the crowds have gathered, and it's working. You can stay right where you are. You can thrill in what God has done and what he's doing even now. Or maybe there is a next city that you feel God pulling you toward. Maybe it's in your solitary times, in the stillness of your spirit. You can sense that God is asking you to go again, or to go further. This is where we find Jesus. In verse 35, now in the morning, having risen a long while before daylight, he went out and departed to a solitary place, and there he prayed. And Simon and those who were with him searched for him. And when they found him, they said to him, "Everyone is looking for you." But he said, "Let us go into the next towns, that I may preach there also, because for this purpose I have come forth." At the very moment when ministry appeared to be everything they wanted, the crowds were hungry for more, and the possibility in the present place seemed enormous. Jesus pointed them in a different direction. He told them, "You're not seeing what I see. You only see here. But I see things differently. I can't seem to take my eyes off what is there, what is over the horizon. I didn't come to earth to stay in one place. I am compelled to go to the next city." And here is the great truth about being a people who are called. It has always and it will always be about the next city. For this purpose we exist.
Consider this, take an uncharted risk. Get on a plane and fly across the sea tonight. You'd only have to leave your home, your family, your job, your house, your car. Is that too high a cost? This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. If you know the way, you should speak up. If you see the light, then just say it. This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. We both know the truth, and that's Jesus. We both see the light, so just preach it.
Everybody feeling called, but nobody want Nepal. Everybody want the city with the lights in the malls. Everybody want the call, ain't nobody want the fall. Where you called to be the salt, where you go, where you start. You see, God has delivered me, and He conquered my enemies. He has given me victory, so I'll shout Christ in the streets. Ain't about no industry, it's about who's getting reached. Cause this world don't interest me, so I'll die for this ministry.
This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. If you know the way, you should speak up. If you see the light, then just say it. This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. We both know the truth, and that's Jesus. We both see the light, so just preach it.
To reach a nation's heart, to save a people lost, to save a person's soul. Is this too high a cost? To touch a little town, to touch a family, take a life and lay it down. Didn't Jesus tell us how? Go into all the world, tell everyone He lives. Go into all the world, preach Jesus Christ lives.
This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. If you know the way, you should speak up. If you see the light, then just say it. This whole world is dying around us, and nobody knows how to fix us. We both know the truth, and that's Jesus. We both see the light, so just preach it.
It's not worth the wait, they are dying. It's not worth the cost of not trying. When you know where our world is heading,